Ethan Klein, demand for public retraction of false publication. Well, she's directly responsible for CPS coming to my house. It seems like Ethan Klein actually did with this. Trying to argue that she's directly responsible. It's like totally inconsistent. Is this a retraction? I mean, maybe it's a clarification. I mean, to be clear, I do think that the way that was edited definitely gave a false impression.
And you will not be able to find a clip of me saying, yes, we should do this, because it doesn't exist.
Yeah, I never accused you of that. It's still your fault, in my opinion.
Or, given Ethan
in my opinion, you might think that it's valid for him to have had that energy, but ultimately he's ended up saying stuff which is too far, beyond the line. Denims is now raising a fund to be able to
you're getting too big
sue Ethan Klein for defamation. Thank you, Calla, for the membership. Okay, so Ethan Klein lied about me supporting CPS coming to his home. If he doesn't retract, this GoFundMe is for legal fees. Wait, what? If he doesn't retract, oh, this GoFundMe is for legal fees. To hold him responsible for his lies. If he retracts, this GoFundMe will be refunded. Okay. Let's go over the legal notice. Okay. It's not even going to court yet, and she's already fundraising. To be fair, it just seems like she probably wants a retraction. So, May 7th, 2025. Ethan Klein, demand for public retraction of false publication. Okay, first off, before we even get into this, was it done with maliciousness or like reckless disregard for the truth? Or is this a sincerely held opinion that Denims supports the CPS call? Mr. Klein, our law firm is legal counsel to social media commentator and content creator Denims. It has come to our attention that in response to an apparent CPS visit to your home in and around March 2025, you published numerous false statements on your YouTube channels, H3 Podcast and H3H3 Productions. Okay, so here are the statements. Denims is participating in the CPS lie. Denims endorses this. Clearly, as you can see, she's not moderating this at all, and it's pretty much 100% of the comments saying call CPS on them, their kids should be taken away. Okay. You repeatedly insinuated that Denims was responsible for the CPS call, labeling her the real villain of the video. You also stated she's been such a nasty, pathetic lying. She has been such a nasty, pathetic lying, just like such a horrible, disgusting person. Okay? Because you believed she was behind the CPS call. Harsh words indeed. And Ethan Klein will have to pay for them. Through the nose. Okay. So April 18th, 2025, making reference to Denims, you said, terrorist sympathizers who support CPS coming and taking my children away. She's directly responsible for CPS. Well, she's directly responsible for CPS coming to my house. She is directly linked to the CPS coming to my house, doing what she did, being like, oh, let's call the CPS. He's an abuser. He neglects his children. Like, we need to call CPS, etc., etc. Girl who accused me of leaving on the floor and the CPS should be called. She did CPS. Remember that. Talking about your friends propagating CPS to come to my house and take my kids away. Okay. Yeah, okay, this seems defamatory. Okay, it seems like Ethan Klein actually did fuck up with this. Like, that's not true. You can maybe argue that she's responsible for it. Trying to argue that she's directly responsible is like totally inconsistent. There's no way you can argue that. As you know, there's no factual basis. Your defamatory statements in reference to and about Denims constitute libel per se, which you don't have to like prove damages. You just get like statutory damages like awarded to you for defamation per se. Libel per se, which is defamatory of the plaintiff without the necessity of explanatory matter, such as an inducement, innuendo, or intrinsic fact. Yeah. Oh, okay, so libel on its face. Yeah. Okay. So, what did they demand? For these reasons, we request that you immediately retract your full statements about Denims by publishing a correction, saying that you're not aware of any evidence that well, okay. I don't know if they're going to quite get this, okay? I don't know if they're quite going to get this. You have to publish a statement stating that you are not aware of any evidence that Denims was responsible for, or otherwise participated in, any CPS communications concerning you or your family. So can you argue that she's responsible for it? In a way. In a way.
Klein uses this very deceptively edited video that is just like doing this smooth scroll to make it seem like that's all of Denim's chat. But that's not
to be clear, I do think that the way that was edited definitely gave a false impression, which I can understand why people came away with the impression that her entire chat was spamming like, call CPS, call CPS, call CPS. Because I thought the exact same thing, right? The way that it's laid out, it's not like popped all over the screen so you can see that, oh, okay, so this isn't like everyone. These are just like some things from her segment. There are people in her chat saying this, cool. But the way that it's formed makes it look like that is the entire chat.
But it is. And then when he's called out on it, what is he hides it. He moves his window over the real chat.
Also, this is not a joking matter, by the way. It can be very severe and deadly.
Hey, genius, where was we supposed to put the video? Over her face or over the chat we're looking at?
I mean, yeah, I think this was a silly, argument, okay? I think this was a silly argument that Ethan made. Sorry, that iDubbbz made. This is, like, malicious. This is planned out. This is an intentional lie by Ethan. I don't think so. I think this is just Ethan being, like, incompetent, not double-checking things before. And the camera thing is, no. Like, obviously you want to display the chat. The chat window up there is so small that you can't even really read it. Like, if I go back...
And deadly.
Hey,
like, before he covers
chat.
it.
Also, this is...
Like, I'm on 1080p. I'm gonna go puke. I'm gonna go puke, be right back. Poopy Klein. Actually, he will just free them. This is really a moment we're sharing. I literally have to go, like, close to my screen to be able to read it. So no, I don't think he's hiding anything. He can't read what's actually on the screen.
It's not a joke.
Face or over the chat we're looking at?
Yeah.
It's such a stupid point.
I'm shooting.
His claim is that I'm covering this window to obscure my shameless lie. Even if that's true, it's dumb as f because at certain points he shows that part is not even covered up. You can see the chat already here. We put it in front of her face, and then we move it so you can see her face. The chat's here in your own.
And let's go through his entire thoughts about it.
Keep anymore.
If I was trying to
Okay,
hide it,
because
I'd
right
leave
now
the
he's just talking about the point that he's lying. But let's see what he says.
Wait,
Let's
it
leave
says
it
example
rolling for a
2,
little bit
Ethan
more.
covering the real chat. So is it about to move in a moment?
Yes.
I guess I'm part of
See,
it.
he lost his extra housekeeper. So now the house is just like covered in dog shit.
Checkmate.
And he has kids, and his kids like.
Why does it have to be anyone?
Bro, are you actually not? Okay, Ian, you tell me where should we put that? Where should we have put that? Where would have been better?
And
I
his
guess
kids
you
like.
could argue
why
that
does
we
it
should
have
have just
to be
taken you off the screen entirely.
That'd be fine. Hey, if you got if you have criticism for Nate, he's back over there.
I'm gonna have a talk with him after the show today.
Nate, you did great.
Oh
you
my
did nothing.
God.
You did nothing.
Dude, this guy is just like, anytime he gets criticism, he's just like loading it off to his like Indian slave in the corner who manages like his OBS window.
Capiche?
Anyone else's fault but your own. Take some responsibility. It's just so.
To be clear as well, the criticism of Ethan here, I'm not sure, okay? Because obviously the way that I like lay out my stream, as you can see right now, I've got the chat above me, I've got the content over like there, but I've got the entire content window like showing. And so I don't have these issues. And that's why I quite like it. Because I don't like this whole thing of having to go into OBS and people like fiddling about to like find out where they should put their camera and where they should put their chat and stuff. I feel like just laying out a live stream like this, it's just a lot cleaner.
Bizarre that Ethan would expect an
Now,
Ethan.
you want to know what a dumb piece? He is either fully incompetent or fully malicious, but either way, fully a total dumbass. And that last clip he showed.
No, I think that Ian just thinks that Ethan is like maliciously lying. That doesn't mean that. Do I think that Ian is a moron for thinking that Ethan is like malicious and manipulating it? I don't think so.
You got dick.
I don't think so.
Okay, bro, you're getting too big for your boots.
That it's a
This is a stupid
fabrication.
point anyway.
Wow.
Is the full chat, right?
Yeah. So just to make a correction,
Okay.
this is the live chat.
Okay.
This is a highlight of all the CPS calls,
Okay.
which, by the way, is extraordinarily large amount.
That's
It's
a lot.
something like 50-something chats over the course of like 3 minutes.
Wait, so they do a correction then? Okay.
This is what happened when you pull clips from Snark. You look like a f***ing idiot because these people are liars, malicious liars. This was 2 minutes before the clip you showed. 2.
Really? Okay.
How'd you miss that one, bud?
Okay. Maybe iDubbbz is...
You couldn't be to watch 2 minutes before? And
like, the growth and popularity of, like, Snark subreddits, or people looking at Kiwi farms, or whatever. It's like... It's fine, okay? And in terms of, like, information gathering, compiling clips, compiling discussion, right? It's cool. Like, it's good, right? It can be useful, but it's not a replacement for research. It's just another kind of, like, it's a good basis. It's a good basis for looking into stuff. But you still have to look at the context yourself and still try and, like, judge it if you're going to do, like, a video essay, right? If I pull up a clip on stream from, like, a Snark subreddit or something, or if somebody sends me a clip, I might go, well, to be fair, you know, this is short, maybe there's more context that explains stuff, or, well, you know, maybe he goes on to say something later on, or I'll usually try and hedge. Obviously, not always perfect, right? Make mistakes. I don't always hedge as much as I probably think I should, I imagine. But yeah, I mean, you get a little bit of leeway with, like, live streams and stuff, but you don't really get the same kind of leeway with video essays. This he absolutely should have gone and checked with the actual stream clip.
That is basically your entire chat putting forth this notion of calling CPS unmoderated, unchecked, uncorrected. This is the behavior that Ian... I feel like we explained that pretty clear. I feel like people do this all the time, too, these days. Like, we try to disclose something as clear as possible, and then they're like, we don't need that part.
That's why we
need this disclosure.
I was about to say, that's why we got the new graphic.
Yeah.
Ethan has Tourette's, not financial advice, not a drug user, smoked crack only once, is Jewish. Pays employees a competitive salary, not slaves. Ethan is currently joking, okay? Ethan has Tourette's, is Jewish. Okay.
Just all of them at once.
Yeah. Just leave that on, Nate.
This is not out of context. Maybe there's more something like.
Dude, I need to
is
have
not
something
the full
like this.
context of the clip.
That's fun. Right.
Just to get ahead of it.
There is the existence of time and space prior to and following this.
Correct.
This clip.
Correct.
Statement. When Denims herself
Okay, here
already
we get
made
to
a
it.
statement
We get to
about
it now.
and said that she does not condone calling CPS.
So we're talking about CPS. 1, I don't condone. 2, I've never condoned it.
This is just, he has the brain of a baby. I don't give a if she condones it after the fact. The point.
Okay. So, is this a retraction? Is this a retraction? I mean, maybe it's a clarification. Maybe it's a clarification.
The point is that she irresponsibly showed bad empanada saying that my kids were crawling around eating dog shit. Can we please be real for a second?
Well, okay. So, from what I've been able to suss out or imagine, so he's saying this after he's received this demand letter. Has he read it at the time? I don't know. Would it motivate this? He seems to be bringing it up kind of apropos of nothing. That's not really a retraction. That's just saying that you're ambivalent to whether it's true or not. It doesn't really matter, you know, whether or not she did this or that. What I'm really arguing over is that doesn't count as a retraction. To be fair, they didn't say that it wasn't. They wanted a statement from him that it wasn't true. They just wanted a statement of him that he said he's not aware of any evidence that Denims was responsible for or otherwise participated in any CPS communications concerning you or your family.
Please, begging you.
And you will not be able to find a clip of me saying, yes, we should do this, because it doesn't exist. I've literally...
Yeah, I never accused you of that. It's still your fault, in my opinion. Dummy, loser, idiot.
literally given Ethan...
In my opinion, the 3 words that isolate you from defamation. Oh, in your opinion. Oh, okay. So this isn't a statement of fact that you're making. This is just your personal belief. And the person hearing this right now should take it as such. Oh, okay, okay. I mean, he totally, like, it's a bit of a sidestep. It's a bit of a sidestep. So he hasn't actually done a retraction. And he hasn't made any, to be fair, it wouldn't be great to, like, publish the fact that, oh my god, Denim sent me, like, a demand for retraction. Like, publishing private communications, you know, private legal communications. Don't think it ever looks good. I'm guessing he's probably spoken with his lawyer that he has right now to ask her advice about what to do. That seems like a very, very clever sidestep. I've got to imagine that's like planned out.
It on multiple times or multiple instances, and I will do it again.
Okay, so they went over the Denim stuff there pretty quickly. Is this satisfied? I mean, he hasn't stated exactly what they asked him to, but he's made a clarification that maybe doesn't satisfy this demand letter. So it's not going to be immediately thrown out of court if they chose to file it. But at this point, is it worth it? Is this going to be like way harder to argue that as a case he's made this clarification? Does this really kind of like ameliorate the concerns? I don't know. If there was a claim here and this was the demand, I don't think what he's just done would actually, like, you know, ameliorate anything. But I think it's probably a tough case anyway. With the retraction, it'd probably be harder to argue. I'm guessing they're probably feeling a lot less confident in the case that they did have. So yeah, they probably aren't going to pursue this any further. So I guess Denims W, I suppose. Obviously, things got very heated about this stuff, and you might think that it's like valid. You might think that it's valid for him to have had that energy, but ultimately he's ended up saying stuff which is too far, beyond the line, over the line.